On today's episode of Fatty's Feast, we are getting into the holiday spirit and cooking up some delicious chicken fried rice on the Blackstone Griddle. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get started. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're all doing splendid. My name is Josh. This is Fatty's Feast. I'm so happy to have you here today. First of all, this video is being filmed prior to Christmas Eve and then coming out after the new year. 2022, baby. Here we go. It's going to be a great year, just like 2021 was. So I hope all of you had a very joyous holiday season, and I also hope you all have a safe, happy, and healthy new year. I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen this year and where this channel is going to go. So I'm really, really happy to have you here. And if you're just discovering this channel this year, like, so happy to have you here. So like I said, I needed to throw something together. I needed to do a video, and I've wanted to do chicken fried rice for a long time. And it's one of the best things to cook on the griddle. And I've been doing this channel for 2 years now almost, and I haven't done it yet. It's sort of weird because that's a very popular thing to make. So today was gonna be a beautiful day here in Connecticut, and it's 21, not 40. Thank you, weather people. Really appreciate that. So we're starting the recipe inside because we have some prep work to do. And honestly, I just don't want to go outside yet. So once we do the prep work, we'll go outside to the griddle and actually cook it up. Now, obviously, to make authentic fried rice, the best way to do it is in a wok. I don't have a wok. I have the Blackstone Griddle, which is just as good. I mean, maybe not just as good, but it's pretty good. It does the same thing. Now, the first thing you're going to have to do for this recipe is actually about 24 hours in advance, and that's cook some rice. This is pre-cooked rice. As you can see, it's all clumped up. I actually made this rice this morning, put it in my freezer for a few hours, threw it in the fridge to sort of thaw it out, but this will work just as well. Obviously, the earlier you do it, the better, prior to doing the recipe. All you want to make sure is you don't have freshly cooked rice on the griddle, because it's not going to have the same effect. You want that cold rice that has the moisture that's come out of it so you can get a nice crisp to it when you throw it on the griddle. And the second thing you're going to need is you're going to need to prep some chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts here totaling maybe about 1.5 pounds. It's probably a little too much for this recipe, but whatever, I need to make it. So all I'm going to do is take off any icky parts of this chicken that I don't like. Yeah, icky. Strong word. Then I'm going to dice it up into smaller chunks, almost like cubes, but not as small. I'm going to throw it in a bowl, and then I'm going to add a few ingredients just to let it marinate for a little bit. The first ingredient is some soy sauce, about 1 tablespoon or so. The second ingredient is vegetable oil, also another tablespoon-ish. And the third ingredient is cornstarch. We really want to crisp this chicken up while it's on the griddle and hold that moisture in. We don't want to dry it out, so this does the trick very well. And that's it for this marinade. Pretty simple. No salt, no pepper. We're going to do all that on the griddle. So we'll just put this aside for about a half hour or so. We'll go out, start the griddle, try to stay warm as long as possible, and then we'll begin the cook. Okay, we're out here at the griddle. I can already tell this is going to go great. My lights have fallen twice on me. I want to get through this. It's very cold and very windy. One thing to note while this is warming up, I just ran out of propane. I said in my griddle accessories video, always have 2 tanks of propane. I sort of knew I was going to run out. I'm glad it happened before the cook started. But if you haven't checked out our griddle accessories video, I'll put a link here. Maybe one of you watching got a Blackstone Griddle for Christmas or a Camp Chef or whatever. Doesn't matter. This griddle accessories video goes over anything you might need to make your griddle experience amazing and to cook like a pro, so check it out. All right, I got all my zones on high, so I'm gonna throw some oil down here. Yo, there's a cat hair on my griddle. What in the hell? Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna put the chicken down here. Let's get it nice and spread out. Next, I have a bag of organic mixed vegetables with carrots, sweet corn, peas, and green beans. You can use any kind of frozen veggies you want. You can even add broccoli if you want, but this is so convenient. Get a bag of this. Throw some more oil right here. Just eyeball the veggies that you want. Oh, there we go, nice frozen chunk of it. Get this chunked up here. Onto my veggies, I'm going to add a few spoonfuls of garlic. Let's get that incorporated a bit. And onto both of these, I'm going to add some fresh ground black pepper. And I'm going to put more on as we go along, so it's not what the final product will be. And some salt. Now we're going to be adding soy sauce at one point, so we don't want too much salt. Our chicken has a nice sear on it already. So we can mix this up. And we'll mix our veggies up. Not too worried about keeping everything separated because we're going to mix it all together at some point. Last but not least, let me put some oil down over here. And let me throw down this rice that's stuck to this pan. This is going to take some time to thaw out a little bit, so we'll just let this sit right here. We're just going to keep rotating this chicken around as we go. Get a nice crust, that's what we're looking for. Once we get a nice sear on all sides, we'll start incorporating all these ingredients together. And we'll keep our veggies going here. We want them to thaw out, which they look like they are doing that right now. And also keep in mind when it comes to cooking, oh, Sam's finger. When it comes to cooking stuff on the griddle in these cold temps, you don't really need to worry about burning stuff because it'll work. You just want to keep everything on high for the most part, at least in my experience. Another very prominent ingredient in this recipe is butter, which it should be for everything. Gonna do a nice slab of that on there. Let me take this butter, try to get it incorporated here a little bit. That'll help with the crisping of this rice. Butter's melting down. Rice is looking much better, less clumpy. Let's take a look at this chicken. I just want to see what we're working with. Oh yeah, the chicken's already pretty much cooked. And we're going to leave it on here for a little bit longer too because we have to mix everything in. So while we're doing that, let's mix these two in together. Going to give the rice a little bit more time. And the smells coming off this, ladies and gentlemen, are amazing. I would never lie to you. Really just trying to break this rice up a little bit more. Just trying to flatten this out. Give it as much surface area as possible to crisp up. Always stirring everything. We're getting some color on the veggies now. That's good. And that's the thing you need to keep in mind with a wok in Chinese cooking. It's always about stirring and distributing the heat. So with a Blackstone griddle, you definitely want to sort of simulate that you're using a wok, but obviously you can't really stir. All right, everything looks good. Let's incorporate it together. And this is where the magic starts to happen. Just gonna make sure everything's stirred up. Something about cooking a massive pile of food on this griddle is so entertaining to me. Once that's done, we'll flatten this out a little bit. Over on this side, throwing a little bit more oil down because we have another ingredient we still have to make. We're just going to quickly fry 2 eggs. I'm going to do with these, just scramble them real quick. Let those sit. Got some soy sauce here. You can use any type. I'm just going to add some of that. Going to add a little bit of sesame oil just for some flavor, some nuttiness. Might be a little too much. That's okay. Good enough. Eggs look good. Let's mix it again. Look at this, guys. It's going great. This looks delicious. Going to add a lot more pepper because I'm me. Let's do a tad bit more soy sauce. And then stir it around again one more time. Just going to push it out, let it finish cooking this way. Oh, look at this color. This looks really good. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our finished product. Looks absolutely delectable. Now, because I'm freezing my ass off, I'm going to take this inside. We'll do our taste test in there. Welcome back. We are in the kitchen now. I had to let this rest for a little bit, wrapped it in foil, put it in my oven because, you know, diabetes. Had to take my insulin. And this is a high carb meal. So let's plate it up. Yeah, we don't need to be fancy here. Let's just get some of this in this plate. It's nice and mixed. That's probably too much, but whatever. I'll deal with it. And then because I don't have green onion, fresh green onion, I'm just going to sprinkle some dried on there. Just for a little bit of color. And we can't be stingy with the fresh ground black pepper. All right. Merry Christmas. Let's give this a try. And some chicken. Why do takeout? Like, it's not worth it. With the rising costs of food and eating out, just go get a Blackstone Griddle. I'm sure it's much cheaper. And just make this at home. It's so good. Oh my God. Guys, probably could use a little more soy sauce, but the nuttiness of that oil and the soy sauce and the saltiness and the pepper and the frozen taste from the vegetables, can't beat it. Let me tell you, Chinese restaurant needs to hire me. If anyone's looking to hire an authentic cook, I'm your guy. Can't beat this. All right. I'm going to go be fat. Thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Fatty's Feast. If you found value in today's video, please like, leave us a comment. I want some ideas on what I can go freeze my butt off doing outside on the griddle, on the smoker, whatever you want to see. Let me know. And until next time, everyone, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Enjoy 2022. Love you all. Stay targeted.